Hi everybody, and thank you for joining us for the next episode of our In Conversation with series. Today I'm joined by Mr. Dan Ward from RB1 Ltd. Dan, it's great to have you with us today.
Oh, it's great to be with you. I say thank you for having me on here.
Great to have you as well. So can you give us a bit more information about RB1? Obviously you're quite a well-established company, so it would be great to find out some more information.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, we started off, we make bypass switches for UPS systems. Started off as a very small company. The managing director started it, built it from the ground up. It started with a team, probably of 3 himself, and it's from where we are today. Come Miles Band and Trotec lasers, they've helped massively with obviously the production gone through the roof compared to where we were 5-6 years ago.
No, that sounds great. It's so 5 or 6 years ago, what were you guys actually using? I think it was other lasers, wasn't it? But I think you had some issues.
Yes, we started off. It was a red and white machine, very small, 60 watt, and that was basically doing everything from all our labels, all our acrylics, and relying on a slow machine. It wasn't too bad at the time. They got massive orders coming in, but the company's grown massively over the past few years, and we needed something faster, and they just weren't cutting it out. We did end up actually buying another one of those machines, but the under a 20 watt version, and still it helped, but it performing nowhere what we needed. The company just grew massively and needed something bigger, something better.
No, it's perfect. I completely understand what you're saying with that. Obviously, you said obviously that you got the 120 watt version, and you know that was quite effective. But so what made you force the change to go to a Trotec? Obviously, was it the laser itself, or was it the whole package from the supplier in general?
It was mainly the whole package. The laser, that obviously the engraving on it was incredibly slow, like compared to the Trotec. We just weren't able to get that labels run off fast enough, acrylics cut out fast enough, and we needed something mainly for the engraving side. And the quality, to be fair, obviously it wasn't great. It was all right. It was doing us, but it wasn't great, and we weren't receiving great service from the company who we was with before. And like, if one of the machines broke down, which quite often, we were probably waiting 3 to 4 weeks to get an engineer out to fix it. Yeah, it wasn't great.
You know, say 3 to 4 weeks in production. That's how many orders are you missing in that time? That's pretty.
Exactly. Used to mess it up quite bad. Like if the machine went down, obviously, luckily we had 2 of the machines, but it put us back massively.
I'm going to say like you had double productivity when they're working, but obviously then you're putting 2 lots onto one machine that can't keep up anymore.
That is practically half the productivity.
Yeah, and you've got your 2 Speedy 400s, I believe you replaced your old lasers with.
Yes, we have, yes.
So how did you first find out about Trotec? And obviously, because it's the new model Speedy 400, you're quite one of our newer customers in terms of getting the machine. So how did you discover us, and how did you go on from there?
Mainly, I believe we spotted it at a trade show with my managing director at a trade show. The first machine he arranged to visit, I think it was in Loughborough. I think it was with Trevor actually. I went and viewed the machine, and I think it was sold from there. Then we were using that alongside one of our older machines. Obviously, business took off again, and it wasn't cutting it for like terms of cutting acrylics and stuff like that. And like, yeah, we need another one. So I had a word with Trevor. He came up. I had a look at ourselves. Like, yeah, we'll sort something out. Arranged another visit down to your showroom. Took a look at the new Speedy 400 and seen obviously a lot faster than that older Speedy 400. Obviously, it's the upgraded version, and straight away we were sold on it. But I didn't not regretted it. It's been amazing that we're actually keeping up with labels, acrylics, being able to run them off, and it's not putting us behind anymore.
That's great, Dan. And how, if you don't mind me asking, obviously, what kind of productivity increase are you looking at? Is it 2, 3 times as much productivity, or?
Probably run about twice easy. Yeah, like we've got a label board, and we run out all the labels off, and we'll hang them up on there. And before we just did one Trotec and the older machine, it was never stocked up, but at the minute it's absolutely full. We've got all our labels run off. We've got a nice stock of labels, nice stock of acrylics. It's amazing. It's like if a customer rings up something now, it's like, oh, can we have this? It's like, yeah, no problem. Get that sorted for you. It's just been amazing for us, to be fair.
Brilliant. And how do you find, obviously, the results in comparison? Obviously, what you're talking about cutting acrylics, is it a cast acrylic you do, or is it extruded?
I believe it's cast. It's the one that turns white. Is engraving on it.
Oh yeah.
A lot better. The older machine, like the quality wasn't great. It was quite fuzzy. It's like the Trotec. It's just crystal clear. Ready. The before older laser, and it got to where the text, it was just getting near enough unreadable. So in the end, we were just putting holes in the acrylic, making a label on the Trotec, then actually sticking just the label onto the acrylics.
No, that makes sense. I can totally understand that. And like you say, obviously it's kind of, I guess that really directed you towards like, well, why do one, a competitor and Trotec, why not just, get both and we can do the same thing? But
Exactly.
No, that's excellent. So you've mentioned obviously you do labels. What other kind of things do you use the lasers to create?
It's mainly, we will just use it for laminate, like 1.5 inch thick 2-piece laminate, and just acrylics. We'll mainly just cut the acrylics, cut and engrave the labels, but that's mainly what we're doing. We've tried like a few other things, like I've had a mess around and made it like a few photos and stuff, key rings and things like that. A few bits of scrap, which is performed great at like engraving like photos. I couldn't believe the quality of it. Actually, got one just here I did, got it sat on my desk, but the detail on it come out amazing.
That's really stunning.
Yeah, no, love it. It's been amazing stuff like that. It's nice to use it for other little bits and bobs, because obviously what we're using it for is just mainly text and cutting acrylics. It's quite basic for what the Trotec can actually do. Nice, like I always got some spare time to have a little play around with it and see what it can do. But I've been really impressed with it so far.
Yeah, great. And like you say as well, I guess it's, you can make bits and pieces for your friends, your family as well, like when you've got a bit of downtime as well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've made a couple of bits of girlfriend actually, just like a little key ring and stuff like that. And she loves it. She's not really into stuff like that, but she's really impressed with it.
Oh, that's always good. How did you find the whole experience in the showroom? Obviously, you mentioned meeting Trevor there, but and Loughborough is obviously one of our newer showrooms. How did you find the whole experience there?
Oh, it was amazing from like beginning to end. It like the experience of customer service. It was amazing. Like Trevor, really friendly, helped us out wherever he could. It wasn't pushy or anything like that. He wasn't looking to make a sale. He would just like guide us in that right direction. We explained what we wanted. He advised what he thought would be best. And start to finish, it's just been absolutely amazing. Like, we've had a couple of issues with the machine, like minor issues. Like straight away, like the Trotec engineer would be here helping us out, fixing it. But it's been amazing. Like the customer service, couldn't get anywhere else.
I was going to say, you've said actually before that your old supply just wasn't very good. You'd be waiting like a month for an engineer, so that is really good, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like be able to get an engineer out, like most of the time next day or day after, it's been a lifesaver for us. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's great then. So as well, you've mentioned how you do all your labels and bits and pieces. How do you guys see maybe any scope in the future? I know you said you play with the lasers yourselves in downtime, but is there any plans to maybe go into other things? I mean, for example, have you made signage for the place during the whole COVID thing? Have you been able to use it for that kind of thing, or?
Yes, we have actually. We've got a few signs on our front door and things like that, just playing in for deliveries and things like that. Also, leave it in reception, a sign for it using his name and that. We've actually got quite a few signage stuff knocking around the workshop, but a lot of our things, to be fair, we've made like stands out of acrylic and bits and bobs like that. Got all those dotted around the workshop, so like a lot of people are quite familiar with CAD. So they'll think of something, make it in 3D CAD, then we'll run it off in acrylic, whatever we've got, and make it. It's amazing.
Great, yeah, and actually that's another thing. You've said loads of people are familiar with CAD. How did you guys find it? Obviously, when you got the lasers, was it just straight in with the software, or did you find any learning curve, or?
Yeah, well, before the only issues what we had is we used to using obviously the older software, and we could just import like a DXF straight into there. But we're obviously using Coral Draw alongside Laser Cut, so we just have to like convert it, change colours and bits like that. But 10 minutes to learn it, 10 minutes to teach everyone else, and absolutely fine with that now. But that's the only issue we had from moving over, to be fair.
Well, that's 10 minutes worth of training, and everybody's good to go again.
Exactly.
Amazing. And obviously, as well, you've mentioned materials. Do you use our materials at all? in your
we use your trolleys, the laminate, and that's been amazing. We had it from a previous supply before, but we was having issues with it warping. If we left it on a shelf and it would warp over time, and then it would be a massive pain to cut, because obviously you're trying to cut it out and the bit's bowed up and it'll get to it and cut that bit. So I thought, spoke to Joanne about what it sells, and spoke to her, and she actually managed to beat a price from our previous supplier. And yeah, it seemed like a few samples. I tried them out, and it cut amazingly compared to other stuff. So I've been using that ever since.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining me today, Dan. It's been great to hear more about RB1, and obviously you guys have got a lot of use out of your lasers, so we're looking forward to seeing more of what you do in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you for having us. It's been great. It's been awesome to speak. Awesome to do this.
No problem at all. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. You take care.
Yeah, Dan.
Thanks.